Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Restorative. I've waited so long to have the opportunity to teach this class. It's not often I get to teach Restorative. And now we're going to be having Restorative every single Friday at 10:30 a.m. So preparing ourselves for this relaxing practice with 4 props. We're going to use a small blanket, a chair, any chair that is nice and sturdy with a backing to it, a large towel, and a pillow. So some optional props. If you have 2 smaller pillows, you can use those as well and bring them to your mat, and as well as an eye mask or even one of those little eye pillows as well. And while we get our props ready, just going to play a little bit of our singing bowls. Coming onto your mat. Preparing yourself and moving in the most mindful of ways as you gather your props. So first of all, we're going to take our small blanket and we're going to place the small blanket right at the base of the chair. So the base of the chair is going to be at the very end of your mat with the backing to the end. So this is where our legs are going to rest on, and the spine is going to be flat on the ground. For your spine, so you're going to have your blanket folded in such a way that the entire length of the spine will rest on it. The other option, if you didn't want the padding, you can use the blanket to cover your body. And then we're going to take the pillow, and we're going to take the pillow near the top part of the blanket for your head to rest on. And then lastly, your large towel is going to be folded up for a little tiny bit of padding for an extra little level of comfort right over the seat of your chair. And then from here, you're going to guide the spine down over the blanket with your legs off to one side. Shifting the legs over the chair, resting the spine and the head down, and making any adjustments necessary. Making sure that the knees are as closely stacked towards the hips as possible, ensuring a 90-degree angle, resting the spine down, and ensuring that the head is being caught by the pillow and the shoulders are being released down onto your blanket. Guiding the arms down to the ground with the palms facing up. And from here, taking some very deep breaths. Taking your time to fill the lungs on each inhalation. Filling up the spaces between the lungs and the heart. Feeling the expansiveness of every breath. As the ribs open up wide, making space for every inhalation, receiving the breath. And on each exhalation, allowing a sigh to leave the body, relaxing the bottom jaw and parting the lips, sighing every breath out as you relax the body to the earth. Relaxing every muscle, sinking, becoming heavier and heavier with each exhalation. Deepening the breath, filling up every part of the body with the breath. Awareness down to the feet, the base of the feet, the inner arches, the heels, the tops of the feet, and every single toe. Exhaling the breath into every single muscle throughout the feet, every fiber, every cell. Relaxing, releasing, and letting go. Gently and mindfully guiding your awareness up the body, passing through the ankles, up the shins and the calves. Every muscle that supports the knees, the inner and outer. Softening the glutes, relaxing the muscles, and allowing the sit bones to land heavily on the earth, sinking like a heavy anchor. Relaxing every single muscle surrounding each vertebra up the length of the spine as it melts into the earth, fully supported and cradled. And the back of the heart, connecting to the earth. Shoulders are heavy, allowing the chest to naturally open. The back of the neck releases and softens. The front of the throat is soft as you observe an easy breath passing in and out. The bottom jaw is fully relaxed. And the tongue is slack at the back of the throat. The cheeks are soft. The eyelids are heavy. And the eyebrows fall away from each other as the forehead relaxes. The scalp is heavy as it drapes towards the earth. Surrendering to gravity. And at the base of the last exhalation, wiggling the toes and the fingers. And slowly bending the knees into the chest. On each exhalation, guiding the knees deeper into the chest, releasing the spine. Every inhalation, taking the knees further away from the chest. One more breath. And then from here, rolling over to the side of the body, planting your hand in front of the earth, on top of the earth, in front of the chest, and rising back into a seated position to take us into our next pose. So for the next pose, we're going to be going into some gentle twists. So what we're going to do is we're going to remove the towel away from the chair, and we're going to flip the chair upside down with the backrest facing you. So I would ensure that both ends of the chair are on the mat for security, so it's a little bit more sticky and it has a bit more grip, so that you ensure that it doesn't slip. And then for here, you can just take your blanket and shift it over the back of the chair here. And we're going to be making ourselves a bolster to rest on. So to make the bolster, we're going to extend the towel long. You're going to take your pillow towards the top of the towel. You're going to fold it in half. And we're going to roll up the towel. and then you'll have a bolster to work with. So once you have your bolster ready, you're going to take the bolster down towards the back of the chair. And then we're going to be resting on the left side. So you're going to take your left hip as close to the edge of the bolster as possible. And then from here, you can separate your knees if you want. You can stack your knees together if you like, finding the most comfortable position for you. And then from here, to come into this twist, you're going to face your bolster, taking your hands off to either edges. And for those of us where this might, you might get some discomfort this way, I'm going to take us through another twist. That's an option as well. So from here, you're going to face your bolster, and then you're going to descend the belly and the chest over the bolster to bring the twist up through the back of the neck as well. You can take the right cheek down. And if this brings you any discomfort throughout the neck, you can just switch your cheek over to the left in this gentle twist. So if this is not accessible for you, you do not need to use the chair. And you can take the twist lying down on the spine. So you can remove the chair off your mat. Rest your spine over your blanket. And then you're going to take your bolster in between the legs. And then you're going to guide your legs over to one side of the body and open up your arms into either T or cactus pose. So whichever twist that you choose for today's practice, finding the most comfortable position for you today. Taking the time to be most comfortable as possible throughout this entire practice. The less you feel, the less discomfort you feel, the more you can relax the body and truly let go, and allowing the body to realign and release tension. And as you come into your pose, taking 3 deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. And as you breathe, guiding the breath down the length of the spine, igniting each vertebra all the way down. Exhaling the breath wherever there may be any tension. And soften. Bringing awareness to your breath, drawing the breath in through the crown of the head, down to the neck, exhaling the breath down the shoulders, and allowing the shoulders to become just a little bit heavier. And then guiding the next breath down the spine, exhaling the breath through the hips, relaxing just a little bit deeper. And then opening up the fingers wide, sliding the palms of the hands underneath the shoulders. Inhale to rise. If you're resting on your chair. And then from here, you're just going to flip over towards the other side of the body. If you're at your, you're going to scooch your hip as close to your bolster as possible. And then you're going to turn to face your bolster and descend the front of the body. Allowing the forearms and the palms of the hands to rest on the ground. And taking some deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. Guiding the breath down the entire length of the spine. Noticing sensations throughout the body, scanning every single part. From the base of the feet all the way up to the crown of the head, from the crown of the head down to the base of the feet. Noticing every single sensation and guiding your exhalations into the areas, relaxing these muscles, softening. And with each exhalation, relaxing the body deeper, allowing the body to become heavier. Taking a couple more breaths here. And then taking our last two final breaths. The first breath, inhaling through the crown of the head, all the way into the space in between the shoulders. Exhaling the breath down the shoulders, down the arms. And then inhaling through the crown of the head once again, down the entire length of the spine. Exhaling the breath at the base of the spine, throughout the hips, throughout the entire pelvic bowl. And gently opening up the fingers, sliding the palms of the hands underneath the shoulders. And then as you inhale, lifting all the way up. And coming back into a seated position. So for our next pose, we're going to be going into child's pose, supported child's pose. So for this one, if you have lots of pillows, bring as many pillows as you like. You can stack yourself up as high as you want. The whole thing about restorative yoga is relaxation. So we want to make sure that the body is the most comfortable possible. So I'm going to say a few things here about this pose, child's pose. So what we're going to do is we're going to use this bolster in front of us, and we're going to be resting our legs over this folded blanket for extra cushion. So for here, you can simply rest comfort at the front of the ankles, being flat on the earth. So for here, if you'd like to, you can take your blanket, you can roll it up into as high as you need it to, and you can put that right on top of the space over the ankle, allowing that natural bend to happen, thus relieving the discomfort there. Now, for some of us, we might get some discomfort in the knees from this bend here. So for here, you can take another towel, you can roll up your towel, gently guide the sit bones back, or you can stack your sit bones with additional pillows here to alleviate some of the pressure off the knees as well. And of course, you can stack yourself up as much as you'd like. If you have another blanket another pillow or towel. You can even place that at the very top of this bolster and rest. No rushing at all. Comfortable, relaxed. And as you shift about, creating your structure, that will bring harmony into the body. Being mindful with your movements and staying within the sensations of the body and being mindful with the breath. Maintaining softness throughout the entire body. Maintaining a sense of stillness. Surrender the moment. As you allow the body to restore and relax. As you get comfortable, guiding your breath through the entire back body, opening the back of the lungs and the back of the heart to the open sky. Taking the time to feel every breath, filling the lungs to their fullest capacity, nourishing the body, nourishing every fiber of the being with breath. Each exhalation, allowing the shoulders to become heavier, allowing the forearms and the hands to sink into the ground, allowing the spine, the lungs, and the back of the heart to open up with every inhalation. Relaxing the base of the spine, descending heavy legs into the earth with every exhalation. Completely connected to the sensations throughout the body and the breath. Tracing the breath up and down the length of the spine. And then taking the last 3 deep breaths here, in through the nose, and allowing a sigh to escape, open the lips on each exhalation. Opening up the fingers wide, sliding the palms of the hands underneath the shoulders as you inhale, lifting the spine all the way back up again. And then we're going to take our bolsters off to one side. All right, so coming into our last posture for today, we're going to take the chair again. We're going to flip the chair so that the back side is facing us. And we're going to place the bolster in the same way that we did before for the twists. So making sure that both edges of the chair are on your mat. Placing the bolster over the back. And then this time, we're going to free up this blanket. Just a little bit. So we're going to have a couple of different options here. Now, if you wanted to decrease the slight extension of the spine at the base, you can elevate the sit bones to decrease the extension of the spine. So then you're going to have a little bit of a straighter spine when you rest back, so you can relax a little bit deeper. So you can just fold up your blanket however high you need to fold it up to match the level of your bolster. And then you can take your sit bones here and rest your spine all the way back. And then for your legs, you can either extend your legs forward or you can take butterfly pose. If you take butterfly pose, You can, if you have either blocks or towels or extra pillows, you can even stack yourself up nice and high here so that you don't get, or so that you don't feel any tension in your hips. So the other thing that you can do is you can create a little tiny bit of a support underneath the knees if you want to have the legs straight out and still have a little bit of an extension in the lumbar spine. So for that, you can come to the base of your bolster and you can roll up your blanket, and then you can support the space right behind the knees over the roll, resting your legs nice and long, and then resting your spine back onto your bolster. Lastly, the arms. If you wanted to level up your comfort, you can stack pillows, blankets, towels, whatever you want underneath your arms so that your forearms are level. So when your forearms are level, it does allow the body to relax a little bit deeper. So if that's available for you today, making a small little effort to make yourself a little bit more comfortable, that always goes a long way. Guiding the next inhalation through the crown of the head all the way into the heart. Exhaling from the heart into the shoulders, allowing the shoulders to relax, draping to the earth, allowing the arms to sink, opening up the heart to the sky. Guiding your breath down the length of the spine, exhaling the breath throughout the entire pelvic bowl, the hips, the tailbone. Allowing the sit bones to sink into the earth, relaxing the entire length of the spine, softening every muscle surrounding each vertebra, releasing, relaxing, and letting go. Taking a big, deep breath, inhaling in through the nostrils, exhaling through an open mouth. And slowly wiggling your toes and your fingers, bringing your awareness back into the body, back into the room. And slowly rising back to a comfortable seat to close today's practice with the sound of Om in your exhalation. Taking your time and being mindful with movement, noticing the sensations in the breath as you shift your position. Guiding the hands towards heart center and under the mudra, placing the length of the thumbs over the sternum, connecting with the rhythm of the heart's beat. Let's take one full breath cycle together, inhaling through the nostrils, exhaling through the mouth, and then we will inhale together to Om to close today's practice. Let us begin. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. May all beings be happy, be happy. Namaste. I hope you folks enjoyed today's class, and I will see you next Friday. Bye for now.